Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul Kiewit, and today's...
Now muted. Your line is now unmuted.
And once again, I'm a real technology pro there. Sorry about that. I hope everyone can hear me. If you can, if someone could add that in the chat box, that will keep me from speaking without noticing noticing that no one can hear me. My microphone settings are showing that I'm being heard, but would like to make sure that everyone can hear me okay. Good. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. Very, very excited about Promotions That Roar. Brand new initiative from MIPA, and we're just getting tremendous response and excitement. As I go through this presentation, I will be trying to switch to a couple of web-based programs, and I'm not sure how that works from my recorded PowerPoint that I have up here. If I went to a screen share, I would lose my chat box. So I may run into a little difficulty. I'll ask you to bear with me. I see you've discovered the chat box on the left-hand side of your screen. At the very top, you'll see you can actually download a copy of the distributor brochure that we've created that you should have gotten in the mail. You can also download a copy of this presentation as well as some of the invites and other materials that I reference in there. I put my phone number and my web email address down if for any reason you need to contact me after the presentation or want to request further information or samples of anything that you see here today, just give me a shout. Really wanted to focus on the entire event. Some of you may have attended my first webinar. Most people have not, so I will be covering some of the same ground as we go through this. So I'm going to get started. Here's what we've got lined up for you. The the registration, picking up name badges and so on, will actually start around 9 o'clock. At 9:30, we're going to try to move everyone up to the Hall of Legends, which is like the Hall of Fame of Detroit Lions football, lined with pictures and bios of the Lions greats and people from the past. For a sports fan, it's a wonderful experience as they walk into there. At 9:45, Paul Bellantone, who is the CEO and the president of PPAI, the Promotional Products Association International, will be giving an end buyer friendly speech called How to Put Roar into Your Promotions. And he has a ton of new research. It's really exciting that talks about how likely people are to buy from an advertiser when they receive a promotional product, how we compare in terms of cost per impression to other media. It's a very powerful presentation. He'll be ending about 10:45. At 11 o'clock, we'll be cutting the ribbon to the first ever Promotions That Roar end user booth show. We expect to have about 105 booths total. Currently, we've got about 92 sold, so we're right on track there. Featuring the best suppliers and reps in the business. I do have a website, or I have got a page on the MIPA website of who those exhibitors are so far, and I have a slide in here in this presentation that also shows who those folks are. But I know that's important to distributors, particularly as you want to be planning out your event. At 3 o'clock, we're going to offer tours. We'll have 4 groups of 30 going through. If we need more, we'll add another 4 that will follow those. But we do need to reserve those in advance so that we can set up the groups. These tours are going to cover the corporate suites, the press box, the locker rooms, and the field itself. For those not going on the tour, we'll have a cash bar, food, appetizers, a nice little reception, be a lot of opportunities to get photos taken, and we'll have some sorts of entertainment and games going on. And then at 4:30, we're going to recognize some of the great things that have happened in MIPA over the past year and have a very brief awards presentation. This is a different kind of show, and it requires very specific rules and policies. It is open only to MIPA members. If you're currently not up to date with your dues, we can get that taken care of. It's only $100 for dues for most distributors with 1 to 5 salespeople, and your dues get you access to everything MIPA and all of the exciting things that we're planning. If you've been paying any attention over the last couple of years, we've been adding a lot of value and a lot of creativity and just great events that this $100 brings you access to, including this show. Number 1 rule: this is not the show for you to be bringing your brightly colored imprinted shirt and your hat with your distributorship's name on it. We're not going to allow it. We basically have a complete no advertising policy for distributors. So leave the shirts and hats and bags at home. Don't be spreading a big banner on top of your car in the parking lot. This is not the place to be trying to solicit new clients. You'll be bringing your clients, other people will be bringing their clients. This is for everyone to really experience the excitement and the breadth and the coolness of our industry. So leave the advertising at home. Now, if you are working with a supplier and that supplier wants to do spec samples for your client with your client's name, we don't have a problem with it. If your client is a Culligan man and he wants to wear his Culligan man shirt, no problem with that either. This only applies to distributors. Just don't be advertising yourself. Now, if your car is completely painted with graphics and it's a permanent graphics type situation, we're not going to disallow you from pulling into the lot, but we just ask you to be subtle about it, be classy. There's going to be transparent NFL transparent bags that Big Graphics has donated for your clients to and yourself to pick up samples and literature and all of that. Should go without saying, no solicitation of clients or distributor personnel. This is not the forum for that. This is the forum for showing off the industry to your clients, or if you're not bringing clients, just for you to experience a great booth show with the greatest suppliers in the industry. A lot of things can be misunderstood and misconstrued, so we say just don't hand out business cards. Even if it's your client, just don't do it at the show. Do it in the parking lot in the car before you go in or something. But everyone at this show is an invited guest by somebody, and handing out cards can just be misinterpreted. Suppliers have a rule that they're not to hand out cards or not to have any type of direct contact information. And I'm going to talk about the safeguards that we have in place for that as well. But the suppliers know how to work end user shows. Out of the 27 regional associations, I believe 18 or 19 of them hold end user shows, and thousands of distributors hold end user shows. So suppliers know what the drill. This is a professional business event and experience. No children, no pets. For show promotion and follow-up, make sure you promote the show to your clients and remember to follow up before and after, and that's really the theme of today's webinar. For non-member distributors, well, sorry, you get a chance to join MIPA. Kind of put it this way, if you're a non-member, it's $100 to attend the show, and you get a free membership that goes along with it. Now, we do expect to have some people that are coming from other states. They have to be a member of their state association or regional association. Being a member of PPAI, being a member of ASI, those do not get you in the show. You have to be a member of MIPA or OPA or TISPA or the regional association. I think all of the callers on this call are from Michigan, so you need to be members of MIPA. What if, when I worked with a big cereal company, I had clients there, and I had like 3 or 4 other distributors who were doing business with the same people. Clients will be registered for the first distributor to send in the registration for them. So if you submit a client name and it's always been registered by another distributor, you'd just be notified and the registration fee would be returned to you. I'll hit it one more time. Association membership dues have to be paid and the membership in good standing to both attend the show and to invite clients to the show. And going back to the no advertising, rule number 1, if you do show up with your own self-promotion shirt on, we will have some great T-shirts that you'll be able to wear, either a large or an extra large in the donated T-shirts with the Promotion at Roar Promotion at Roar logo on there. So make sure that you're inviting your clients right away, like now, and feel comfortable registering them. Sending those invites out a couple of times. People get a lot of emails, they get a lot of mail, so sometimes you need to invite a couple of times. I have a couple of invitation examples that I'll be going through, but there's also some places where you can download PDFs of the ones that I have up here, such as the ticket. Here's the thing, don't be afraid to invite someone. Your competition may forget someone, or it may not be an important client to them, and so they don't feel like they need to bring that client to the show. Or maybe your competition's not a member of MIPA, so they can't even attend the show. Or the client's just not a major priority for them, but it's a big target for you. So don't be afraid to invite somebody. This is a great opportunity, and a lot of end users really welcome the opportunity to go to a show such as this, since, as you know, this is the first time MIPA has ever held an end user show, and some of you who may have some competition that put on their own end user shows, I know from my own past experience, clients love them. So don't be afraid to invite. And speaking of invite, we have this postcard or evite that we've developed. The PDF is available for you to download here. If you if you would like to make this your own, we have it as a vector file where you can add your own logo and so on. So you can get that from me as an EPS. I can't upload EPSs onto this particular webinar platform, so I just have the PDF there. But if you want the EPS version of it, just shoot me an email. Be happy to send it out, and you can add your contact information right at the bottom of this postcard. This could be printed as a postcard, or you can take that EPS, put your contact information on it, turn it into a JPEG, attach it to an email, and it becomes a great evite. So this is just one of the invitation tools we have. We also have a video invitation, and this is where I'd like to show this to you, and I'm not sure if I click on this link whether it's going to show you. So I'm going to switch over at this point to screen share so I can show this video, and hopefully I'll be able to get everything back the way it was. I have a question from someone about the postcard that many of you received. We did a name and image postcard. Shows the front of Ford Field, saying MIPA welcomes so-and-so, your client's name here or your name there, and then the back of it. Black Knight Press did those for us. I believe their minimums are rather high, but you could contact Black Knight Press directly and see if they could run a quantity. They're extremely economical. I mean, these are very inexpensive and a great way to invite clients. So thanks for that question. Let me see if I can get us over to my desktop. You get to see a picture of my wife probably and me kissing. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but oh well. Let me switch over. I've got this video invitation, and you can get to it on YouTube at the address that you see at the bottom there. It's bit.ly, and then /Roar invite. So you could just direct them to the YouTube video, or if you want the raw video footage, just shoot me an email. It's about 118 megabytes, so it's a big file. But let's go to play. But be happy to send that to you. But here's what your clients will see. Now let's see if I can get back to you guys. Pretty close. I'm getting there. I'll be here. Tell me it's already open. Yep, there we go. Okay, so anyway, that video, and hopefully I didn't lose anybody. That video is available for you, and it's currently up on YouTube. And like I say, if you want the raw video file, I can send that to you. I've also designed this self-mailer brochure. It's a 4-pager, folds. I have this available in a Word doc. Once again, I could not upload the Word doc to the this website for you to download. However, if you'd like to do a self-mailer, this is just something I designed. The front has a picture of a lion that I actually took on my trip vacation this summer. He said, laughingly, but it's true. Talks about Be Our Guest, opens up the inside with a picture of Ford Field, and talks about free by invitation only. Talks about being our guest, so this is directed towards the end user. And on the facing inside would have a copy of the ticket, a little thing about promotional products, the numbers that are featured in that video, so it relates nicely to that. And then we have free parking, free keynote address, free access to thousands of great promotional ideas, free VIP stadium tours, free gala receptions, RSVP today with us, and for your free all access pass. And then the backside was designed so that it could fold and be a self-mailer. Like I say, I've got this in a Word doc, so you can take it, customize it, make it your own, and mail that out if you'd want, or turn it into a document that you could put it into a PDF and send it out. For those of you who have a lot of end users that you'd like to invite, if you're going to invite 15 or more, I'll be happy to develop a custom website for you. Basically, you can go visit, and I don't think I'm going to take you away from the file. Maybe I have to. Yeah, no, it's right up there. If you go visit this website, HTTP, there's no www, so it's just http://promotions.roar.weebly.com. I can drop in your logo, drop in your copy. I used About Awesome MIPA LLC as my little example thing. It has the video that you just saw in there, and I'll be happy to customize one for you. We'd create a separate URL specifically for your company, make that branding, and you could send out a link to a website that your clients could actually respond to. All I ask is that you'd prepay for 15 or more end users, so $150 or more. I'll put together a custom invitation website for you. Reminders. We all get busy, and your clients aren't really thinking about you or promotional products all the time. I know I wish they were, but they don't. So make sure that you're reminding them, particularly those who have already committed to you. Remind them that it's coming up. I would recommend sending out reminders on the 1st, the 10th, the 13th, and then on the morning of the 15th. You want to make sure that they attend. You want to make sure that you're set for them. So those are some of the things we've put together for pre-show. I highly recommend that you plan the show. Think it through completely. Basically, I try to mentally go through the entire thing from the beginning all the way through the end and what we want to happen. But this is going to be October 15. Your clients are going to be thinking about Thanksgiving, about Christmas, about the end of the year, and about the first of the year. So be thinking about what products, what suppliers, and what reps you want to highlight. We all have some favorites, and so you want to make sure that you're thinking about what has to happen. What sort of things you want to make sure happen. Where you want to meet with them, when you want to meet with them, how you want to follow up. Put together a complete plan. This is what Ford Field looks like when there's nothing going on there. We'll be offering free parking in the big lot that's on St. Antoine Street, right across adjacent from Gate G. And as you walk in, you're right at this level. It's above the playing field, and to the left of where this picture is taken would be where the security guard sits and the elevators escalators that go up to the second and third and fourth levels of the field. This is the atrium, and we'll be setting that up with tables and chairs and coffee and water service. So you'll have a place where you can just sit down and relax and meet with your clients. If we get good enough response, we'll also have a new product pavilion set up in this area. So far we don't have a lot of response, so I can't promise that. But it's a great area. It overlooks the field. It's adjacent to Gate G. Great place to relax, conference, and meet. Got a question on whether to send invites to register committed guests or just who you want to invite and confirm later. I would do it particularly for the people that haven't committed to you yet, so that you're bringing in additional guests. The video, I think it might generate a little additional excitement. As all of you know from the emails and things that you get from me, I'm a big believer in tell them, and really try to generate the excitement. So anyway, the atrium. This is where you'll be coming in. This is where we'll have registration set up. This is where we'll have a place for you to relax. Probably somewhere in this area we'll have a coat check and that sort of thing. That atrium was off to the right. As you look straight down, there's a big pole there, which Pioneer Balloon and LaDonna from OPA are going to be doing some beautiful balloon decorations with the arch and so on. This is called Adams Street, and this runs the entire length of the stadium, and this is where the booths will be set up on both sides. On the right, there's kind of a fencing that, again, overlooks the field. On the left, this is where the concessions and so on would be open during a game, but this is not, those are not going to be open during our show. There's signage above, which will relate to where the booths are on either side. We currently have, as I mentioned, I think 92 as of this morning. Our target's 100. Our stretch goal's 105, which would be bigger than Cirque de MIPA, which we had 103 at. So things are going extremely well for this, and it's going to be just great. I'm pretty excited about it. This is stepping back, and yes, that is John Bates walking through. He's on our trade show committee. I put this picture up for that nice little sign on the left. What it says is the Breadstick Restaurant, and there is a real informal restaurant that is open on the second floor. That'll be open throughout the show during their regular business hours. So they'll be open on the second floor. That will be one of your options for food for yourself and for your clients. Great on-site place to just go grab a quick lunch, or we've got some other options. One would be to buy some passes to the MIPA suite. MIPA will have a corporate suite rented. We'll have snacks. We'll have beverages, soft drinks available. Makes for a nice quiet place to meet with your client. There's seating that goes out and overlooks the field. There'll be seating set up inside, and all of the food and beverage service that we'll be providing. This is $30 per pass, and it's open throughout the show. And basically, you need to pay the $30 for yourself and for any guests that you want to bring to the MIPA suite. Nice way to make a great impression on your clients. The MIPA suite. On level 3, it's overlooking the playing field. Our menu is going to be football game type stuff, soft drinks, popcorn, peanuts, fruit, pretzels. $30 per person for the pass, and it creates a VIP experience. The pass is set up for just a single visit for you and your guests during the show. And that will be opened from 9 to 4. It is shared space, and it's not reserved. So if you came up to it and it was really crowded, you might want to come back at a less crowded time. But it is set up as a non-reserved shared space. If you want to upgrade from there, if you're planning on inviting a lot of end users, if you really want to make a splash, you can go into a suite of your own. And the suites are sweet, and they do create an experience. Considering what you can put together around promotions that roar for your clients and really making a huge splash, $2,300 may seem like a lot of money. However, when I had my own distributorship, I spent $20,000 to $25,000 putting together an end user show. So it's really a matter of how big a splash and how much of a centerpiece to your own marketing do you want to make this show. But if you do it, we have a 600 square foot suite available. We have 8 of them left. It overlooks the field. It can be set up for meetings. It's got the TV monitors. You can bring a jump drive and be displaying your own messages running on those TV monitors throughout the day. It'll be available for you for the entire day from 9 to 5. So you can meet with your clients. It includes 10 end user tickets, plus all their parking passes, the stadium tour passes, the gala reception drink ticket for all 10 of them, plus either 10 box lunches with soft drinks, or we'll give you a $300 food and catering credit that you can spend with Levy restaurants any way you'd like. Really ultimate hospitality. In addition, the president and CEO of PPAI, the chairman of the board of PPAI, and myself will be available to say a few words, greet your clients, have a brief meeting with them if that's something that you think would add to the experience. We have Rory, the official Lions mascot, available at the show from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. If you rent one of these suites, I can make sure that Rory comes by and at the time that, or we can work together to make sure that we can have a time when Rory can come by for photo opportunities and a little bit of fun with your clients. Working the show. Some people go, do I need to escort my client through? For some, you're going to want it. It really depends on your relationship and so on, but I wouldn't be afraid to allow clients to shop on their own. But if I did, I'd really suggest that they take notes and that we've set up a time to regroup and meet a few times during the show. You can really trust your vendor reps. They're experienced. They know the show rules. With my own end user show that I put together, clients shopped it completely on their own. But really depends on the number that you invite. But and some you may want to walk the entire show with. You may want to have some coming in groups, but don't be afraid to allow clients to shop on their own. Like I say, make sure you've got a chance to regroup with them. The suppliers have been instructed not to send samples unless they're free, or that unless you've given them your specific approval ahead of time. But you're going to want to make a point to understand who will be paying for what. You want to be careful with your clients not to, if you say something like, if you need a sample of anything, just go ahead and order it. Be aware that there'll be some premium incentive people there with $700 Canon cameras. So you're going to want to make sure that there's very specific understanding about samples. For the most part, with the most traditional promotional products of, a couple bucks and under, they're generally free. But know what you want to do with samples, particularly when you're ordering them to be sent in. Samples given out at the show, again, will not have any type of direct contact information with the supplier on them. You're going to want to follow up with your customers after the show. We're doing, it seems old-fashioned, but looking at all of our options for electronic lead retrieval versus old-fashioned three-part forms, we're going with the three-part form. For one thing, the electronics did not have, the electronic versions did not really have any way for adding additional information or made it any better. So what we're coming up with is a lead sheet that will be, one will go to the exhibitor, one will go to the distributor, you, and one would go to us at MIPA, so that we can make sure that you've followed up with them. They would be mailed to you with your client's code number. What that means is, say you are, if we assign a distributor number of 25 to you, and you've invited 4 clients, the 4th client would be ABCD, so it would be like 25-D. That would give us a code and give you a code so you know exactly who that client is and what they requested. Each client will have, or each exhibitor is going to have lots of lead sheets, but again, encourage your clients to take their own notes and to get back to you with their interests, questions, ideas, etc. The vendors are really well-intentioned, but sometimes they get very busy. We've all been to booth shows before where you've seen people lined up to see a particular rep, and they may start writing down, Patty's guest, John, would like to receive, and then they get interrupted, and that becomes the end of the note. Also, have you seen how some of these guys write? Saying they write like doctors is kind of a nice way of putting it, but we're going to have a lead system in place. It's worked extremely well for PPA Chicago, for SAGNY, for the Georgia Association, the Carolinas and Association, the Tennessee Association, and the Pennsylvania Association. I've been working with. I've been working with all of the other regional executive directors to get the best practices and stealing their best ideas. Got a question, will suppliers have promotions at Roar giveaways? Yes, a lot of them are doing some great giveaways, and they're all being encouraged to. They all have the artwork. and I've seen some pretty cool stuff that is going to be available. Question on affiliation numbers and so on. Haven't really decided, but it's really going to depend on how a distributor registers. If they do business under their own name, that would be how we would assign the number. So if you're affiliated with a national company but you do business under your own name, we will probably assign the distributor code number or client code numbers based on the name that you register under. Client confidentiality. We have color-coded badges and lanyards that were donated by Devara. And so you'll have one colored badge and lanyard. Clients will have another color for their lanyard and badges. Only visible information is going to be the client's first name and the host name. So it will say, John, guest of ABC Distributor. Each badge will have that number that I talked about, so that will allow them to get back. And once again, suppliers and distributors will be enforced. They're not allowed to hand out business cards or things with their own direct contact information, and violators will be asked to leave. I mentioned parking. We will be sending out a package to all the pre-registrations that will have a parking pass, and they just need to present that when they leave, and MIPA gets charged for the parking. It's very, very convenient. Got a little map there. St. Antoine is on the opposite side, be on the east side of the stadium, opposite of Comerica Park, and right next to the big parking lot deck. And that is the only parking that we're covering. It has to be in that deck. If someone parks downtown or somewhere else, they're on their own. Very convenient. Ford Field's very convenient to get to, even with the I-96 closure. As we get closer, we'll have updates on best ways to get there, but basically the I-96 closure should not be an issue. Parking definitely is not going to be an issue. We have the entire parking deck for ourselves for that day, so we're in good shape there. But nice feature, and one that a lot of people will ask about, particularly those who have come on game day and seen parking in that lot can run, I think, $45 or something like that on game day. So believe me, MIPA's not paying $45 for each car. I mentioned in the morning, Paul Bellantone speaking in the Hall of Legends. Impressive place to bring your clients. As you come up the escalators on the second level, get to walk them into the Hall of Legends. The doors open. It will be set up for Paul's presentation. Nice windows overlooking the city. Great, impressive place. Paul will be doing Put the Roar into Your Promotions, and this is a really powerful presentation, one that will really have a lot going on in terms of the return on investment that our medium has to offer. All of the latest research that shows how well we outperform other media for recall, retention, and goodwill. So if there's any way you can get your clients to come to this, I think it will really raise their impression and perception of the promotional products industry, and also help them understand that that our medium is a powerful advertising medium. Ask about the parking structure. We have Ford Field from 7 in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening. The parking structure, if someone's there and stays for the Tigers game as they're winning the NLC or the American League Championship at that point, that has not been brought up. It's Ford Field Stadium, so they have not said anything about towing cars if they're after 6 o'clock. I don't think anybody's going to be staying that late, but it is possible, and hopefully possible and probable that the Tigers will be playing, whether they'd be home that day or not. That's why we're at Ford Field and not at Comerica Park. Here's who we've got signed up so far. This was as of the 7th, so that was, I think, this Sunday. Yes, I work on Sundays. Great lineup of exhibitors. We've had a few more come in since then. I tried to update the list on our MIPA's website, and we do have a list of exhibitors. It's MIPA.org and then /roar-exhibitors.html. That will bring you to the most current list of exhibitors. These are just the exhibitors, not all of the lines that they represent. So we have 90-some booths sold, representing about 75 exhibiting companies, which will represent probably about 500-600 different product lines once you start throwing in all the different lines that the apparel people have. So a lot of exhibitors, and you can see by the list there, the top 40 suppliers are well represented. The top reps and multi-line reps are well represented. And here's the thing, when you visit the exhibitors list here or on the website, if you see somebody who's missing, help me out. Give them a call and tell them they need to be there. Okay, so you've started the day. You've taken them to the Hall of Legends. They've met Paul Bellantone. They've just heard about how promotional products is now the 6th largest advertising medium, that we're growing faster than everybody except for internet and mobile, that we have a higher level of recall, that we have a higher level of appreciation from recipients, that we convert more recipients into buyers than any other medium, and all of that good stuff. You've come down, you've walked them through 100 different display booths of the top suppliers, and in the meantime you took them up to a suite to visit the MIPA suite and have some snacks up there. They've had their picture taken with Rory, the Lions mascot. They have seen the stadium from perspectives they've never seen before. It's now 3 o'clock, the show ends, boom, sign them up for a VIP tour of Ford Field. You can take them through, you can't. You can join them as the docent brings them through the locker rooms, both visitors and home, to the press box, where they get the view that they get to see from whenever they watch a game on TV that's filmed or being broadcast from the stadium. They get to actually be up there at that press box, not only looking down on the playing field, but actually going and walking on the playing field itself, and that's kind of a rush. I've done it at Soldier Field in Chicago, and you know, it's amazing how emotional and exciting that can be, to actually be on the actual playing field. And then there'll be a look at some of the other corporate suites available. So it's really an insider's view of Ford Field, and a terrific VIP tour. And while they last, and we still have quite a few left, Ford Field has agreed to make a nameplate of your client's name and actually put it over one of the lockers in the locker room. And we'll do this for you for only $20. So can you imagine the surprise of your client? You're walking them through, they've gone to the press box, now you're walking down to the locker rooms. You take them into the locker room, and over one of the lockers, you've put their name. Great way to impress them. Only $20, first come, first serve while supplies last. So you may want to take advantage of that opportunity. And then you've come back from the tour. In this atrium area, we've now got it set up as a gala reception area. We'll have appetizers, beverages, a cash bar, some entertainment. We're looking at potentially some game type activities, like, you know, checking your speed on a football or that sort of thing. Haven't really defined that yet, but we're in process. And then our awards ceremony will probably just be the Great Lakes Supplier of the Year, and recognizing our outgoing board members and other volunteers who have made a big difference in MIPA this year. So the award ceremony is going to be relatively brief. Unless you'd like to nominate someone for Hall of Fame, we can add that. That has been open, and I've been advertising it, but we don't have any applicants for that at the moment. But gala reception goes on until 5:30. Boom, hard stop around 5:30, and you can be on your way. If you're bringing in clients from out of town, our guaranteed low rate of only 129 was through the 14th, which was this past Sunday. Greektown has told us that they would recognize the rate until they sell out. So I can't guarantee this rate anymore, but if you use the shortened online registration of, again, bit.ly/MIPA rate, it had been still leading to a $129 per night rate at the Greektown Casino. It's worth requesting. Like I say, the guarantee period has gone past, but you know, it's a great discount. My wife and I went to downtown Detroit in late May, early June for an event, and had called Greektown just as regulars and had gone online, and the rate was like $278 or something like that. So it was more than 50% off, and it includes free Wi-Fi, free parking, all kinds of goodies. But I don't want to get too excited about that. As you can tell, I am excited about it, but because I can't guarantee it anymore. Got a question about the nameplate. Yes, the client does get the nameplate. And also, speaking of that, we've hired 2 professional photographers who will be walking throughout the show, taking pictures, and they'll be getting great shots of your clients and places where they're going to want to get the pictures, and then those pictures will be posted online on a website that you'll be able to get them, download them, and give those great keepsakes to your client. But yes, the nameplate does go to the client afterwards. If you buy one and the client didn't show up for some reason, we'd get the nameplate for you to deliver that to them. Post-show follow-up. Review notes with your client. Get the samples ordered quickly. This is the 15th of October, and you know, we're all going to be very busy with fourth quarter stuff. Definitely set up a post-show appointment for just kind of a debrief and follow-up and sharing of the memories of the day. I would personally lay out like a 4 to 6 month calendar of upcoming events with my customers and talk to them. You know, it's the 15th of October. There's a supplier there, a couple of suppliers that will have some Halloween items and some fast turnaround, but Halloween's going to be pretty much, hopefully you've got that wrapped. But Thanksgiving's coming up, football's in full swing, college football is in full swing, NBA and NHL are beginning to ramp up. We're getting into the Christmas holidays and the other winter holidays. All of those provide great opportunities to be selling promotional products. A lot of companies have end-of-the-year awards and gifts and special recognitions. This is time to get your share of that business. There'll be some things around New Year's and the planning and beginning of the execution of plans that begin at New Year's. So that's huge. And then the big game. We can't use that Super Bowl. I should probably switch that out before the NFL sees my PowerPoint here. Got Super Bowl and the big game and all of the excitement and things that your clients may want to do around that. And then Valentine's Day. I had personally, for my own distributorship and often for my clients, recommended Valentine's Day as a great alternative for thanking clients. We did promotions around We Love Our Clients, and it's a great time for your clients to be showing the love to the people they want to. And then, of course, March is St. Patrick's Day. So all of those events are coming up, and you know, if you go to a Chase's calendar of event or go online, you can probably come up with at least 50 more. But be proactive and be thinking about what you can talk to them. Also, make sure you send them a thank you note for attending promotions at Roar. If for some reason you've got a client, you paid the $10 to get them registered, and they don't show up, we're still going to reserve that gift bag for them. And there will be a big bag of all of those samples that our exhibitors are doing for them. We've got a great T-shirt donated by Heritage Virginia Teas and Flying Colors with it. So it will be, they'll still get something very, very nice from you, and you'll have an opportunity to deliver that personally and talk to them about it. So again, it's members only. I'll take any questions that you may have. If you want to go unmute, I believe it's *6, or you can type your questions into the chat box on the side. If you've got some extra time on either Tuesday the 14th or on Wednesday the 15th and you'd like to help us out, we're going to be needing help with registration, coat check, and just all of the logistics that happen with the show. Also, if I spurred any ideas or things that we need to be doing better, this is a first-time show. We're trying to think of everything that we can do just to make this the most amazing experience for everybody. We want to just blow the socks off your clients. We want to blow the socks off the distributors. We want every distributor to feel like MIPA is the greatest investment they ever made, and we're going to do everything to enhance that experience. And we want extremely happy exhibitors and supplier members, so we're going to do that as well. And I love the suggestion that just came up privately, serving craft beer. We'll see what we can do with that. But I take suggestions, any of your comments, any of your ideas, and as I mentioned, I had the downloads listed up on the left-hand side of the screen by the chat box. Anything else I referred to that you may need, Word docs or anything else, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to get them to you to help you promote yourself and promotions at Roar. Dress code for the show. Well, it's a professional business gathering, so I always recommend corporate casual for that sort of thing. Of course, those who do show up with logoed wear will be going extremely casual by wearing a Promotions at Roar t-shirt that day. But again, no logo wear for your distributorship. If you've done something for your client and you want to wear one of those, we don't have a problem with it. We just don't want to get into a situation where a large distributor comes in with 20, 30 of their reps and they've all got bright shirts on, and then it becomes this sort of self-promotion fest that we don't want it to dissolve to. So we had to set up a guideline somewhere, and unfortunately, it just makes sense to just say no logo wear at all. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate the thank you. Obviously, we and our committee have been doing a lot of great work on this, and we're very, very excited about this event. Anyone have any other questions they would like to address with me? I'll take them now. If, as you exit the meeting, there should be a survey form that comes up, and would appreciate your feedback on that. Again, my email is paul@mipa.org, and you can reach me at the number on the screen there, 269-806-4489. Any of the other MIPA phone numbers that you see, they all lead to that phone. It's my cell phone. So I appreciate everyone being here for this webinar today. I have been recording it, and we'll be posting it on MIPA's Facebook page. I'm going to be doing one more webinar on the 3rd of October. That one's at 4 o'clock. It will be primarily covering the same ground plus anything new that we've come up with since then. Your MIPA Board of Directors and Trade Show Committee are meeting at Ford Field tomorrow for a run-through with some of the people from Ford Field. So, if we have any additional add-ons, we'll be throwing that in there as well. So, thank you very much.